Come on, let's go.
The sheds, garages and barns of Britain are brimful of old and unwanted stuff.
Blimey.
It may look like garbage, but it could be worth a pretty penny. Petrolhead Henry Cole and his expert restorers Alan Millyard, Shirley Douglas and Guy Willison, affectionately known as Skid, love meddling with motors and returning all manner of furniture to their former glory.
It's a revelation.
While upcycling whiz Simon O'Brien
Must be mad.
and his repurposing duo Gemma Longworth and Phil Carroll transform unloved bits and bobs into fantastic one-off items.
Oh, I love it.
This is what we do.
They may have different tastes,
Yes!
but Henry and Simon are here to rescue your cast-offs
Feast your eyes, Ronnie.
and convert them into cash.
£4,000.
That's amazing.
Fabulous profits.
Today, Henry's attracted to a tractor.
Will you feast your eyes on a David Brown 880 Select-O-Matic? Hey?
Simon's bonkers about a bureau.
Beautiful piece of furniture. It's sitting here.
Yeah.
But it's got an issue. And it's quite a big issue.
And at the valuation, Ronnie's full of praise.
I love the way you picked out bolt heads there. That really makes them pop.
Today, the boys are heading northeast to the Peak District in rural Derbyshire.
How many times do we go to a shed, though? It's raining on the way up.
Yeah.
When we get there, it just rains harder.
Yeah, this isn't rain. This is heavy mist. Who are we off to see?
We are going to see Ian,
And what does he have?
tractors,
Yeah.
and the odd motorbike.
As long as there's just a couple of things for me to take a peek at it.
I've been accumulating stuff for probably 40 years. And I don't want to chuck this stuff away because somebody regards it as treasure, like I do.
What a beautiful view, mate. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is stunning. So hang on, we're on a farm, but you're a mechanic. How does that work?
Well, my brother runs the farm
All right.
and I've got a business in that shed. I repair cars and vans for the local community, yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
absolutely.
How long's the family been here?
Well, the family's been here for 104 years.
I'm guessing over that time, I mean, we're obviously going to find some mechanical stuff, which makes him smile, but I can see an awful lot of sheds and barns and things here. Have you accumulated stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that little
Quite
face.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll have a wander about. Right, we'll pick a couple of items each, take away, upcycle them, restore them.
Just give them a bit of love.
Yeah, of course. Now, where should we start?
Well, wow, where do we start? Well, it seems to be a big one there, mate. Yeah? Right, we'll see you later.
See you in a bit, all right.
So the boys are off for a rummage
Come on, son.
to find 2 items apiece to mend, repurpose or upcycle.
Oh, hang on.
I'm a bit confused. Henry Cole is changing.
I'm just passing the mummified motorcycle. That's really nice. So when I turn up to a farm like this, right, I've got in my head kind of what I'm after. What I didn't expect was my first item to be a chair. Don't you think that's got a nice form to it? Look.
There you go. I think that belongs to you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But look there, like that.
Yeah.
I just love the sort of boxiness of it, don't you?
No, I like it. It's solid. That's going to be, I'm guessing, beach.
Sand this up.
Yeah.
And then re-upholster it a funky, very now, fashionable colour, exactly.
So get one of your team to pick that.
Yeah, of course.
So we're on a farm. Guess what Henry's second item is. You'll never guess. You'll never guess.
Will you feast your eyes on a David Brown 880 Select-O-Matic? Hey, look at it.
I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What?
On this instance, I don't mind. And you know why that is?
Why?
Because there's a chair here. Carry on.
Oh, OK, great. David Brown. Do you know what that David Brown was famous for?
David Brown was the man who designed and manufactured the Aston Martin.
Yeah, you did know, because you've been with me for a
No,
while.
far too long.
But they are renowned as lovely, reliable, and obviously infinitely useful on farms today. While you're sitting, could I just sit? Can I pretend? Hang on. Oh, I feel top of the world now, mate. Second item.
Yeah, I can see that. That means I now have to stand up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Because I've got to pull my finger out. Let's go to the
come on.
interesting bit.
Come on then. You better get going, son.
So Henry's picked a chair and Simon's talking about tractors and cars? What's going on?
Then Si's on a mission, isn't he? Come on, what are you thinking?
Wardrobe.
What are you thinking?
Garden seat. Honestly, I could have had 8 items from there, but today it's going to be
And what are you thinking?
first item.
There's a bit of pipe.
It's not. It's 2 really cool stools.
God blimey.
It looks like a bit of gas pipe or water pipe. So what about if it's cutting off, standing up? Just needs something to kind of go in the middle to create the 2 tops for the seats.
I think I might have seen something.
Dashes off and comes back with some old kind of brake pads, which are perfect. Oh, Henry Cole. You can either put a piece of wood on them or a poster, just depends on how they turn out.
I tell you what, man, that's a revelation. Yeah, rock on.
One more.
Yeah.
On a day like this, it's just glorious to walk around in this setting. It helps the creative juices, and I think that's really been the case today. What's that I see?
Oh, it's a carpet and some wood. Oh man, it's got wheels, it's a trolley.
Yeah, it's got 6 wheels.
Yeah.
And it looks like it kind of rocks. Yeah.
So you can manipulate it because the middle wheels are bigger.
Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous form?
All right, so this is got to be your second item, isn't it?
Yeah. What if it had just some nice old wood on top of it? It's got to be a gorgeous little table or sideboard, hasn't it? Okay, on the way to find Ian, I'll spec a bit of wood to keep the cost down.
Yeah.
But we're done, aren't we?
Rock and roll, man.
Let's go and see the man.
Hey, come on then. Yeah, great. Top job, mate. Ian has bequeathed me a hat and I think I look rather good.
Yeah, he carries it off better than you, I'll tell you that for nothing. Come on, let's get on with it.
All
Now,
right.
I'm going to go first because I know where this is going to end up. Kind of lying round the back there, I came across this piece of pipe. And then Henry found me some brake discs. Tell us about that. How long's that been lying around?
Well, the brake discs have just come off of a Toyota Igo
Okay.
that I'm getting ready for the MOT.
Okay.
So literally they're 10 minutes old.
And the pipe itself?
I don't know where that came from.
Second item, what is that supposed to be for?
I think that is for moving steel around a foundry.
I grabbed a piece of wood if that's okay to go with it.
That's fine.
Over to you, Hattie.
Hey, now, talk to me about that chair.
Well, I bought that chair in an online auction
All right.
from a stately home that was changing into a private residence.
I actually love it. I think it'd be fantastic.
So do I.
Now then, tell me about the David Brown 880 Selectomatic.
Well, we've always had David Browns on this farm, and in lockdown I was on an auction site Sunday evening by.
Okay, but have you done any work to it, Ian? Does it run?
Yes, it does run.
Right.
Where's it gone?
Sorry. Sorry, come back now.
Sorry,
No,
a few emails.
Just.
Are we all done?
honestly,
He's not interested in tractors.
You know what, that
is he?
really shocked me. Decorum is really the word I'm after here. You know what I mean?
Ian, it's been an absolute pleasure in this beautiful corner of the world.
Absolutely, Ian. And thank you so much for my little hat. Yeah? I'm going to wear this in the bath. Thanks, Ian.
And with that rather disturbing image in mind, it's workshop time. Simon O'Brien and Henry Cole are on an upcycling and restoration crusade.
2 really cool stools.
They both picked 2 items from Ian's place.
That's a revelation.
At the farm, Skid is getting acquainted with the David Brown tractor. Before checking the engine, there's a couple of cosmetic jobs to do.
Henry's asked for me to fit the badge and get the grille fitted. I think for a change, I've got an easy day. That'll go there, and I'm going to put some Velcro on here, and you'll be able to remove it if ever you need to. It'll just pull off, but that will not fall off. First thing is I'm going to cut this away. That's that. get the spring. Cup of tea time.
And after a cuppa, Skid's got the mid-century chair to get comfy in.
I'm going to lay my cards on the table. What I know about upholstery, you can get on a postage stamp. So obviously, he's sending it out to have the upholstery done. All I've got to do is sand down these legs and then restain them. And my word of warning to Henry is, upholstery is expensive. So I think he's got a challenge to turn a profit on this.
Meanwhile in Liverpool,
Oh, I like this.
Simon and Gemma are having fun,
Okay.
There we go. And
Yeah.
then we just
Oh,
with the trolley thought to be from a steel factory.
I quite like it. It's very practical.
It is very practical. Well, it comes with this here piece of wood I found lying around in the same place.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, cut this into thirds.
Yeah.
Let's turn it into a really cool table.
But what about the wheels?
This rocking effect is not good if you're having a cup of tea.
Not at all, no.
But what I'm thinking is we can make like stabilising feet for either end, but we will kind of tickle up the wheels.
Yeah, all
Happy?
right. Yeah, like it.
Grab your end of that.
Yeah.
Take this out and get it cut. Here you go.
Okay.
And restorer Phil has a job to do with the old pipe that Simon found before it can go to the blacksmith.
I need to get all this off, so I'm going to use the grinding disc, and hopefully there's no hidden mess underneath. But safety first, hey? Okay, this has been painted in bitumen, so every time I'm grinding, it's just spreading the bitumen all over the pipe. Oh, this is going to be a while, this. Oh.
At the farm, it's time to get the tractor going. And because Skid's expertise is not with tractors,
Anything? No, not yet.
he's called in his engineer friend Jeff, who thinks there's a fuel supply issue.
We're basically filling the injection pump up with fuel, so the injection pump can now send it up the fuel lines, round to the injector, where the injector will atomise the fuel.
Basically, it was airlocked because air's got in the system.
Yeah.
So you've removed the air, so hopefully it'll work.
Well, that's the long and short of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We'll wind her over and see what happens.
Okay. Something's going on because we've got smoke.
Yeah.
And while Skid and Jeff keep working on the tractor, the mid-century chair has gone to upholsterer Andy.
So my first impressions of the chair, it needs a little bit of attention, some padding up on the top of these arms. Seat cushion feels a little bit soggy to me, so it might be worth putting a new seat cushion in it. Some new webbing in the seat and a bit of padding up. Best thing I can do now is strip it down. We need these arms and the seat cushion as well for templates. Here's the fabric that Henry's chosen. Very bright. Have you brought some sunglasses?
So there's a big job for Andy to do. And that will cost. Meanwhile, restorer Phil is cutting the planks for the tabletop, but leaving gaps so the old surface can still be appreciated.
Last piece of the jigsaw.
Okay, that's the hole. Now the next plan is, we've got this threaded bar, which can be cut to any length you want, and that goes through the hole. Put a nut on the bottom as the foot, then a locking nut underneath the steel frame, and then a final nut on top, and we can move that up and down and get the whole thing level so it won't rock anymore. That's the plan. That's one down, 3 to go.
And when that's done, onto painting the old wheels. From one industrial job to another.
Ian the blacksmith has chopped them in half and welded the old brake discs that I got on top. I've just cut these old offcuts of marine ply out for Gemma to now upholster. Woohoo!
I'm going to use a carpet adhesive to stick the foam in place. And that just prevents the foam from slipping when you sit down. Because this is a circular stool, upholstery is a little bit tricky. So it's a case of pulling your fabric taut, pleating, and stapling over the top. It is a bit fiddly, but the tighter the fabric, the smoother the finish.
With the first batch of restorations well underway, it's now time for our second rummage location, near Chesterfield.
Now, no horsing around, we're going to see a lovely lady called Kate. Come on.
Oh, I love a bit of horsepower, mate.
Not that kind of horsepower.
Come on, giddy up.
Horsepower.
Giddy up.
Everything is in what I call the snooker room. Friends and family end up giving me possessions to keep because they know that I won't chuck anything away.
So I can see quite clearly, horses, that's your passion.
So yeah, I've been riding since I was a child really. I had a first pony since I was 10.
Do you compete, Kate?
Do a little bit of show jumping now and then.
Do you?
Just unaffiliated, just for pleasure.
You got any other horsepower?
There might be something kicking around, yeah.
But apart from that, how have you collected what you collected?
I've lived here all of my life. My parents inherited the place in the 80s and they inherited a lot of stuff with it. I've had the space. I'm a hoarder.
Collector.
Professional collector.
Yeah.
If it's okay, we're going to relieve you of 4 of those things, 2 each, which we will then restore, upcycle, just give some love to. Is that okay?
For sure, please go ahead.
Okay,
Help
right.
me.
Shall we canter off?
So the boys are after another 4 items.
Aha!
That need saving, a bit of TLC and a new home.
Look at all that.
Yeah.
Pass me that. Oh, yes, mate. I am now a supreme champion. Hey? And what have you found there, then?
This is absolutely lovely. It's simple. Part of the time, it's just a little sideboard. And then when you need a little extra space, pull it out. That is such a lovely little thing.
I reckon that's your first item, then. Because he's got his first item, I think I might award him with a little gift. There you go, mate. Look, champion.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. Champion. Champion.
Look.
It's a bureau, isn't it?
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling Edwardian, perhaps, maybe late Victorian. Beautiful piece of furniture. It's sitting here. But it's got an issue, and it's quite a big issue.
Oh, yeah, what, the roll top?
You can see where it's torn off the backing.
Is that a no-no, then?
I cannot leave this languishing here. That's the missing piece. That's where the fabric should be. OK, it's all here. I'll take it.
So there's a bit of a furniture theme going on in Kate's shed.
Oh, sorry, that's quite nice. Here, I'll get it up. I love corner cabinets. And I'll tell you what, with a coat of paint and a little bit of love, they can be a worthwhile member of a household. My first item.
Now, Kate did mention there was horsepower lying around.
Come on. Hang on a second. I know a tarpaulin when I see one. It's here.
Hang on.
Come on.
Wait for me. Are you ready?
Ready?
Come on. 1, 2, 3. Come on now.
Oh, my word. What is it?
I don't know what it is, but I can tell you this much.
What?
But it's in very nice condition inside. It's all walnut veneer and leather seating.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's an Armstrong Siddeley.
Armstrong Siddeley was a British engineering company founded in Coventry in 1919. They specialised in the production of high-end luxury vehicles. The last cars came off the production line in 1960.
These cars were supposed to be a sort of just as posh but kind of cheaper than a Rolls Royce or a Bentley from the 50s. That's lovely.
I like a little Sphinx motif.
Oh yeah, that's sweet, isn't it? The paintwork has seen better days, Si.
Well, you wanted some horsepower. I think you've got some horsepower.
I think we've got it, mate. Should we go and see Kate?
Yes. As you can see, there are only 3 items here. One is in another shed. We'll get to that in a bit. But I'll start with this roll-top bureau. Where did that come from?
This belonged to my grandfather. It was his desk, and then it used to go in my dad's office.
That's my first item, if that's all right. And I love the fact it's a bit of a family heirloom.
Great, thank you.
Okay, my second item, that little kind of occasional table.
We inherited it, and it's lived most of its life in there.
I'm very pleased with my second item, so therefore I am the champion of the old furniture.
Now, Kate, you have a lovely corner cupboard there. Tell me about that.
So that was in the house, and then as soon as I inherited it, took it down, and it's gone in there with all the brown furniture.
All right, so that's my first item. Now my second item. Tell us about the motor.
It's an Armstrong Siddeley Star Sapphire.
So how come you got that?
It's been in the family since 1960. Grandfather bought it. It's done a few family weddings, and then it's lived most of its life where you found it.
Okay. So what do you think of our picks? Is it what you're expecting?
Really, no, I wasn't expecting the table at all, or the corner cupboard. And then the car, I was like, total shock really, so.
There you go.
And to me, probably.
That's what we liked. Well, thank you, Kate. It truly has been champion.
Champion. Champion.
So 3 pieces of furniture and 1 classic car that hasn't run in years, heading for the workshops.
Come on then, clippity clop.
Simon O'Brien and Henry Cole are transforming unwanted stuff into folding stuff.
Oh, sorry, that's quite long.
They both picked 2 items from Kate's sheds.
It's here.
Now back in their workshop, Simon and Gemma are feeling the love.
Gemma, I absolutely love this elegant little occasional table. Could you please do me a massive favour?
What's that?
Sand it.
Can I feel the bliss? Can I dance in the light? Make it last all night. Neon dreams in our eyes, on the streetlight skies. Every moment feels so right. We light up the night. Echoes of a perfect song. With you and where I belong. Together we are strong. Right where we belong. Can I get it like this? Can I feel the bliss? Can I dance in the light? Make it last all night. Can I get it like this? Can I feel the bliss? Can I dance in the light? Make it last all night. Can I get it like this? Can I feel the bliss?
Light up the night.
Echoes of a perfect song. With you I'm where I belong. Together we are strong. Right where we belong. Can I get it right?
To an inch of its life.
Stripping right back.
Right back. Let's try and get all the stains out, and then we'll just oil it and wax it, and then just sit around and enjoy it.
No problem.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
But before she can get started, Restorer Phil has some legwork to do.
Problem is, we've got wobbly legs. So I'm going to leave that set overnight, and in the morning I'll take them off, then I can pass it back to Gemma.
And talking of Gemma, she's busy cleaning the bureau.
Now you can see already from just using a little bit of soap and water that it's in really good condition, which is great news for me because it means I won't have to sand the whole thing back, which would have took a while.
And in her workshop, Shirley has brown furniture on her Resto radar too.
All the backing panels are broken and splitting, but I think there's still some life in it. Still got to think about a choice of colour for the paint. And I'm going to do something really different with the door this time.
So it's off with the door and on with the sander.
Now, it's not ideal sanding inside, however, it's pouring of rain today, so just always make sure, if you are sanding inside, use a sandbag collector and never forget your mask.
Outside, Skid and Henry are feeling pleased with themselves.
You have done exceptionally well.
But the bottom line is, the paint has seen better days. But if we give it a good clean and a good wash, clean the interior,
yes,
hopefully it will drive and stop.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then we have added immense value to it because it's ready for the new owner to give it a respray.
I've got one word of caution.
What?
Get your checkbook ready. Have you any idea what amount of car shampoo, car wax, leather cleaner and chrome cleaner I'm going to need?
Mate, we've got it all in stock.
I would like to say I have fallen in love with this.
Good. Well, look, I'll tell you what, that's a great start because best of luck with the jet wash.
With wobbly legs sorted, Gemma can now crack on with the table, as agreed with Simon.
We want to remove the top layer of varnish and hopefully all of these nasty stains. So I'm going to use an 80 grit sandpaper and strip it right back.
And with that job done, it's back inside to Simon for a generous rub down with Danish oil.
So you've just got to kind of judge it as you go how much oil to use. It's absolutely beautiful, this colour. My guess is this is rosewood. It's beautiful already into it.
Next, Simon and Phil are trying to figure out what's wrong with the roll top on the bureau.
Phil, now it's on its back, I can see the bottom of the roll. So I think if we're just really gentle...
Hang on.
What? What are you doing? I don't like it when you make noises like that. What are you doing? Shh, just be gentle.
I've got that.
How did you do that then?
Nothing to see here.
It's an antique. You're going at it with an old chisel.
It's a new chisel.
But we're free. So the last thing we've got to do now is that's ripped. So we've got to replace that on this bit, get it back on, and hopefully, if we do a good job, that is our closing mechanism.
Ooh.
So what looked like a tough job has just become a straightforward repair. And with a little bit of new fabric, some strong glue, and a few tacks,
there you go.
Things are looking very promising.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, mate.
Phil, we are on a roll.
And Shirley's on a roll too, with the cabinet. And she's feeling funky.
Oh, wow. This Ribena is such a beautiful shade. It's rich in colour, but at the same time, it's very light and creamy, very warming. So I think going on to such a dark wood, to build the colour, we're going to use at least 3 coats.
So the paint plan is agreed. What about the door?
We're not going to reattach the door back onto the corner cupboard. I'm going to paint the outside edge in a Wise Old Sage, lovely pale green shade. And then for the centrepiece, I'm going to make a notice board, a padded notice board. So we've ended up with 2 brand new pieces from an old corner cupboard that was destined for the skip.
At the farm, the Sapphire Star is getting a thorough clean.
I don't seem to have a bucket near me.
Yours is behind you.
And there's a find in the boot that points to its quality.
Mate, I had a look earlier. Look at the toolkit. Pull that drawer out.
Oh, I say.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely complete. Look at that.
Oh, my word.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow, that's amazing. Corporate. How divine. And it stays up on its own. Blimey, beautifully designed, man. They don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't. The cracks disappear when you get the dirt out of them, mate.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Skid, seriously, it's looking good.
Yeah.
Mate, it's got the seal of approval. She loves it, look.
Well, for an initial clean, for the first time in I don't know how many years, that is rather beautiful.
I mean, if it rides as good as it looks now,
yeah.
Blimey, what a fantastic rolling restoration.
In Liverpool, the steel shifting trolley is nearly finished, as a table with a difference.
Just make sure we just come level with the table.
The gaps in the woodwork have been filled with clear resin, so you can still see its industrial past.
Just tighten them up, have a locking nut underneath, and there you go. Table now sits level, however, the floor runs.
One more little job.
I'm being very generous with the beeswax. Just getting in all the nooks and crannies. Give the whole thing a bit of body. But for now, that's done. You can still see its industrial heritage, but it's now a really useful little side table or kitchen worktop. Gorgeous.
And the old pipe is very nearly a pair of stools.
There you go. Gemma!
Oh, look at these.
Take a seat.
Okay. Oh, quite comfy, actually.
That's at your breakfast bar or in a bar itself.
Yeah, I'd say a bar.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I like them.
An old pipe. Now, two really cool stools.
Yeah, nice and practical. Love it.
Nice one.
Good.
At the farm, skid and tractor engineer Jeff are hoping they've cleared the fuel supply issue. So now, the moment of truth.
So now we've got a bit of diesel kicking about. We'll just tighten all these back up, and we might.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, a bit of luck. Okay, right, we'll give it a try.
Give it a go, mate. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Fantastic. That is fantastic. I didn't think that was going to happen. All we've got to do now is put the bonnet back on and put it back together.
And the mid-century chair is back from upholsterer Andy.
That is unbelievable.
I think it's a lovely colour. And I think it goes well with the woodwork.
Oh, yeah. I thought it would be just exuberant. These kind of chairs, I mean, they're worthless.
Yep.
But suddenly,
yes,
it's worth some money. And it's also a centrepiece in a room, don't you think?
I genuinely like that.
I'm sure Ronnie's going to love it.
I hope so.
So what will Ronnie make of it all? Time to find out. Simon and Henry found 4 unwanted items at Ian's place. Now they've been transformed. But what will he think? We've sent him pictures of the restorations to find out.
Oh, wow. It's pretty handy at turning people's junk into something usable. Very contemporary. I like it. I would probably have that chair back in my house.
Well, I think we surprised Ian.
Yeah, especially with your stools.
No, that chair is the big surprise.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic. It's psychedelic. I wonder whether we can surprise Ronnie.
Yeah.
Antiques expert and valuer Ronnie Archer-Morgan started his long career upcycling furniture, so he's well placed to know the true value of restored items.
Wow. I like the sculptural nature of it. The way it's been covered is stunning. It's when you get this finish, it just transcends everything. Very, very nice indeed. I love it. This looks like an old factory trolley or something. And you've made it into a sort of workshop table, really.
Yeah, we got the old pieces of plank from the same place, and I've just turned it into, you know, something useful, basically.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's very nice.
Cool.
David Brown Selectomatic 880.
Absolutely.
Is that David Brown of Aston Martin fame?
Yeah.
70s, 1970s.
I think they call it off-farm condition.
Yeah, I see.
Hey?
The names they make up for things.
Yeah, mate.
And last but not least, these look oh my God.
Yes. They're solid, mate.
But they're great look. Because this is a piece of old water pipe, isn't it? You've done a great job then. I love the way you've picked out the bolt heads there in the same colour. That really makes them pop. Industrial chic again.
Indeed.
Talking about chic, can I start?
Yeah.
Let's start with my psychedelic chair.
It may be psychedelic, but it's classy. Piping is immaculate. I think it's a great colour.
The mid-century chair was unused and unwanted. Now it's reupholstered and bright as you like. £600 costs.
Someone's going to fall in love with that at a smart West End decorative fair or gallery, and I think an end user would be delighted to pay £800 for that beautiful chair.
That's a comfy profit of £200.
Anyway, let's just talk about the David Brown. It runs and rides.
Okay.
The PTO works, the three-point linkage works at the back. I'm just getting technical.
The David Brown tractor was standing idle. Now it's had some tweaks and some help from an engineering mate. No costs.
In the condition you've just described,
Yeah.
that's probably about £2,750, I would think.
So that's a straight profit of £2,750.
OK, with my items, let's start with the little side table trolley.
I like the way you've repurposed it. I like the way you've put the bolts through there to stabilise it.
The trolley was redundant. Now it's a table. £40 spent on resin.
Someone who wants that for their workshop would pay £120 for that comfortably.
OK.
So that's a profit of £105.
Let's finish off with our pipe stools.
They're a great look. I love the colour that you've used, that yellow, you know, against the sort of old drain pipe colour.
And the metal pipe has become a pair of stools. £40 spent on fabric and welding.
I love the fact you've used brake discs to build up that seat. £300 all day long.
Wow.
That's a solid profit of £260.
So we definitely surprised Ian with some of our colours, and we're also going to be further surprising him when he receives £3,315.
Well, that's very good. Good to make junk into something that people, you know, want to use again.
Ronnie, thank you so much.
My pleasure, thank you.
That chair...
That really works.
So Ian's chuffed, Ronnie's chuffed. Here's hoping for more of the same at the second valuation. Dukes of Junk, Simon O'Brien and Henry Cole
Well, it's rather beautiful.
are turning leftovers into lolly. The boys' choices made a total of £3,315 for Ian.
Well, that's very good.
And so it's game on as the teams finish off the restorations from Kate's sheds.
Oh, my word.
Starting with the simple table.
Glass detail, put the original brass handle back on. Gorgeous. With this old dark wood furniture, I do find now that if you take off the varnish but then just oil and wax it, they become a lot more saleable, and you're just celebrating what was, after all, a beautifully made bit of furniture. And this is just such a pretty little table.
And talking of beautiful furniture, the bureau is getting a final polish with Danish oil.
Just giving the wood a little bit of love. And that is the end of the investigation and restoration of this bureau. Last thing to do, of course, whenever you're using Danish oil, take it away, lie it flat in a ventilated place. And that is the job. Well done.
Let's hope Ronnie agrees. Back with the cabinet, and Shirley has gone for a buy one, get one free kind of thing.
There we are, that's the fabric on.
The redundant door has had a makeover with new wadding and fabric. And is now a notice board. And the cabinet is now freestanding.
There we are. Who would have thought that this lovely little notice board was originally the door to the cupboard? I think Ronnie's really going to like this piece.
And the Armstrong Siddeley Sapphire Star is looking tip-top.
Right, nice. Willison!
And has started first time.
Mate, that sounds gorgeous. Oh, there we go. It just needs a run.
I feel like Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeah, I do feel like we're travelling in style.
Oh, we are.
It's absolutely lovely, this
Eh?
thing. I mean, this is for going for a picnic with the family, isn't it?
And we have saved another here.
Yeah.
Yes, it needs a paint job. Yeah.
I quite like the patina that's on this. You don't have to respray it to have fun in it, do you?
No.
So the teams will be hoping their hard work pays off at the valuation. Henry and Simon found another 4 unwanted items at Kate's place. Now they've been upcycled or restored. But what will she think about what the boys have done? We've sent her pictures to find out.
Oh, that looks amazing. That looks so pretty. It looks like someone would have it in their home instead of just being buried in a shed. Oh, wow. That looks slightly different. Looks like an interior design piece. Looks great.
Well, we certainly made space for Kate.
Certainly did that.
And she seemed pleased with our stuff.
She did. Well, let's hope Ronnie is.
Hi.
Hi, mate.
How are you both?
Good.
Go and have a look around.
That's a lovely bit of flame mahogany, that is. That would have been French polished originally, but it's lovely. I can see it's got a wooden hinge there.
It has.
For this leg that swings back there. I like that. Lovely timber. This is a beast, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
These used to be so popular a few decades ago.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
All fully working again.
That's a wonderful construction, isn't it? Very nice. Very interesting. Oh, poor man's Rolls Royce. Armstrong Siddeley.
Exactly. That one is a star sapphire, actually.
And what registration year is that?
Grr.
Grr.
That is 1960. Now, the paintwork, you can't really see there, but the paintwork is a little bit tatty. It does need a respray. I mean, I'd drive it as it is, but for a connoisseur or collector, it needs a respray.
OK. Lovely. Lovely thing.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, this is interesting.
Well, that door actually was on the cupboard.
Yeah, which was probably brown. It works.
Yeah,
upholstered there with all covered with William Morris design and beautiful satin ribbon. No, it's a bit of fun.
Are you going first?
I'll go first.
Go on then.
OK. Let's talk about that big old lump at the back there, the roll-top desk.
I think it's a lovely looking thing. That would now sell as a film prop, theatre prop. Very few people would want to use that in their home. It's a great big thing.
The bureau was gathering dust and the roll top was broken. Now it's mended and back in business. No costs.
But unfortunately, the prices of those things have plummeted, and I would value that at £400 today.
That's a profit of £400.
Let's talk about that little campaign table, mate.
But it's beautifully made. Nice little drawer, lovely original brass handle.
The table was unused and unwanted. Now it's as good as new. A tenner spent on Danish oil.
It's a sweet little quality thing. In that condition, £150.
That's a profit of £140.
So moving on, Ronnie, the Armstrong Siddeley Star Sapphire, but you must remember it needs a respray.
It's a beautiful car. Nostalgia again.
And the Armstrong Siddeley was parked up under a tarpaulin. Now it's up and running again. No cost as the shampoo was in stock.
In the condition you've described, I think that's about £6,500.
A runaway profit of £6,500.
Hey, so corner cabinet.
It's nice. Strange with the 50s legs, but it works. I think it's a bit of fun.
The corner cabinet was broken, brown and boring. Now it's bright and beautiful, with a pin board as well. £20 spent on wood and paint.
The two items again I would value at £100.
Oh, OK, cool. Well done, Shirley.
That's a respectable profit of £80.
So taking off our costs, which were actually minimal, Kate will be receiving £7,120.
Brilliant, that's amazing. I'm not sure what I'm going to spend it on yet, but maybe a horse. But wow, I did not think that value at all.
So there's £3,315 in Ian's bank account. And £7,120 heading in Kate's direction. The biggest profit being made by the Armstrong Siddeley, but the David Brown was a belter too.
We restore.
We do.
We repurpose.
We do.
We renovate.
And mate, we ride.
We rock.
Oh yes, we do.